Hi, welcome back to Grand's Little Acre. So happy you're here. If you like anything you see, please like and subscribe. I'm just getting started and I'm trying to do better. Camera's sideways. I got a little hickey-doo that fits on the handle of my wagon so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm trying to make some beautiful hanging baskets. I like them large, and all I can find now are the really small 8-inch and 9-inch pots. This is one I ordered from Amazon, and it's a 13.5 inch. So I'm making my own hanging baskets for my front porch, and I'm using Dusty Miller in the middle to give it some height. And then I'm using Betty White Bacopa, Bacopa, for some white color. I like white in my hanging baskets. Pull off these little dead flowers so it'll bloom, deadheaded. And then my favorite, I always go back to verbena, creeping purple verbena. And yes, I know you have to deadhead them, but for a hanging basket, in my mind, they're really beautiful. They hang beautifully, and they're going on each side. I already have one that I made that's up there. Getting all the dead and hooky looking leaves off. And then I'm teasing apart the roots at the bottom and taking away some of the dirt matter so that it'll fit more easily in the pot. I don't want the plant sticking up higher than the pot. So this one we will turn this way. And I dropped my camera, so hold up. Okay, here's part 2. This thing that I bought really doesn't hold it very well, but we're going to let it go. And then it's a matter of filling. Make sure it's tight and that you have enough soil around the plants. And just go all the way around. And this is soil that I make myself. In past years, I bought potting soil, and I always found that it had a lot of sticks in it. So last year, it took me 2 months, but I took all the soil out of my barrels and sifted it to get all the sticks out, because in my mind, things don't grow well in sticks. And so I'm filling with soil, gently pushing it down. Trying to make sure there's not a lot of air in between the plants. And I want soil in between the plants. Just take your time. Be patient. Put soil in. Tamp it down. Put soil in. And tamp it down. We'll come to the other side. These are weeds that I pulled. You know me, I have a big weed problem that I'm working on. fell again. I'll be back just as soon as I hang them up. Okay, third part. There are my hanging baskets on my front porch. It will take them a little while for the Bacaba to come out because it was really small as opposed to the verbena. But I think that'll look nice. Here are some plants, a geranium and a begonia that I got half price. It was on clearance. Don't be afraid of those because you can nurse them back to health. And I did want to show you this plant right here. This is plantain. Do your own research. As I've said before, I'm not going to give any medical advice, but I am going to be using this and some comfrey to make a salve. It's very soothing. I finally got my front flower beds weeded. Got to do my walkway. I'm going to weed that by hand with a crevice tool because I don't want any poison next to my oregano. I do have a Gerber daisy, and this is a St. John's wort. So hopefully it will have plenty of space to grow nice and big. Alright, I think I have it now to where it's not going to fall. I have this candy tuft. What are you? You need to go. Some kind of wicked looking red spidery thing. I'm not going to move the camera to show you. And I don't really want to crush it with my hands, but he's gone now. Alright, this poor candy tuft has a weed in it, of course. I love my candy tuft. I need something white on my porch steps. So, we're going to try to gently take this weed out and repot the candy tuft. There we go. Very root bound also. Get all that weed out. Save some of the soil. Of course, I don't want the weed. So you go away from here. And we're going to repot you and let you grow. Try to get all of that dandelion root out and put it in some better soil that I've made myself. I also want to show you these pots. Now, I don't get paid for anything, but these are self-watering planters, $5 at $1.25 store. I like them because, as you can see, it has a bottom that the plant can draw the water up through the roots, and it's got a side right here for watering. So we're going to put this baby in here, and I think it'll be very, very happy. So let's see what we can do. The next time I do make some soil, I'll show you what I do. This consists of peat moss, cow manure. If I'm planting vegetables, I'll put some worm castings in it. I also put, this is for flowers now, see, stick. Little bit of vermiculite, little bit of perlite. So that's peat moss, cow manure, vermiculite, and perlite, and I don't have a recipe that measures. I just dump till it looks like I want it. And it's a light, fluffy soil, and the plants seem to like it. I did put a little bit of pellets, fertilizing pellets for flowers in it. So we're gonna, if I turn it on the side, I can scoop it in there faster. I like these. These are kind of big, but they're a nice size, and the plant should really take off. As a matter of fact, I've got another candy tuft over there. I might put them together since this pot is so big. That'll be pretty on my front porch with my geranium and my begonia. Got another step I can put it on. Okay, about deep enough for right now because we really want to bury the roots. And as you can see, this was really root bound. So let's see here. I don't want to dump this in there. Just gently. See, there's a lot of sticks in this soil. I don't like sticks in my soil. That looks a little wonky, so we're gonna take that off. And we're gonna make you very happy. Walk over here real quick and grab this other one. Mama bird's gonna be happy. Her porch is gonna be pretty. Okay, and we got a weed in this one. So grab some clippers. Dead. Can't see. Weeds out. See what kind of stuff. I think this might be soil I made last year. Oh yeah, so we can put that in here because it doesn't have a lot of sticks. That looks kind of weird. I'm just trimming it up so that it will. Let's see if I can root that. Maybe some new babies. Take that out. See if we can root this candy tuft. It's got a lot of nodes on it, so maybe we can. And we're gonna make you happy. Clean you up. Get you out of the weeds. Kind of trim some of these dead things off. That's another one I might be able to root. Oh, this looks really bad, so we're going to take it off and try to root it. And it should come back a little more full when it does come back. A lot of deadish roots there. This really needed to be done. Okay. For these, trim them up a little bit. Put you with your brother. Do something with these pretty things. I love candy tub. It overwinters really well too. One of these stayed in the greenhouse. This one right here stayed in the greenhouse. And the other one stayed out all winter and didn't die. And let's see how we want you to look. Put your brother in. Big ball. I have room for all of that in this pot. Let's tease some of this dirt. I can't wear gloves. I know some of you are looking at me like she's doing that with her hands. As I said in my description, I wear kind of arthritis in my thumbs and wrists, and I have to wear these braces. So, a little too much soil or a little too much root. Roots. I want it to have plenty of soil in the pot. Okay. And that will work. Then we'll add this to it. And I may need to do some shaping. Pot. And then we can shape it up a little. I won't have to buy any candy tubs this year. Try to do this in my wagon because it's up a little bit higher, so it doesn't hurt my back quite as bad. And I'm very clumsy and messy, so I don't want to lose dirt if it falls out. And one thing I forgot to tell you about the other hanging baskets that I just planted, and these. When you're putting more than one plant in a pot, and you're backfilling it to make sure that the roots aren't exposed to any air, don't forget the middle. like where you put the two plants together. If you do put dirt, take it down, in the middle and it looks a little messy, by the time you water it a few times, the dirt will have settled out of the middle and your plant won't look like you threw dirt on top of it. Okay, let's turn it around. Okay, one of these is a lot taller than the other. That's why it looks so uneven. But you know, I think I'm going to leave it for the time being, because I don't want to shock it too much. And I'll just turn it to that side, and then I can always come back and trim later. So I'll show you what it looks like when I put it on the porch. Alright, I have red and white, and now I'm going to put something blue. These are some plants I got half price. Lithidora. I'm going to repot them. They are very, very root bound. So we are going to do the same thing with these that we've done with the others. Gently tease the roots apart. You don't want to just plunk them in there. There'll be one. Look how root bound that one is. Come on, the roots. And that'll be two. And it will look really full and pretty on the front porch next to my flag. So we'll have red, white, and blue. This is another one of my favorites. All the little sides right here. I don't have to have matchy pots. This pot I've had for a while. Some people have matchy pots. I don't care about it. I mean, I like a good pot for planting in. It's the flowers I'm after and what it looks like. And I actually need something square on that porch step, which you'll see shortly after I plant my two little blueberries that a friend of mine got for me. They're very little, and I'm not going to plant them in my orchard yet. I want to baby them a little bit and get them up some size. So that might be something that's planted next year, or it might take another year. I don't know. She got these blueberries for me, Patriot and Jersey Blueberry, and that's next. Before I plant my blueberries, I want to plant these little pieces of candy tuft that I took off, and what I'm looking for, I hope you can see, is I want these little nodes, just pull them off, and you see all the little nodes up and down the stems, to me, that's what's going to take hold in the dirt. And I recycle everything. I bought some plants in this, and that's what I'm going to try to start it in. And I've got a little thing right here. Little spoon. I can stick them down in there. And I'm going to plant these and then get them ready to water. Alright, here's a picture of the hanging baskets I just planted and put on my front porch. And the red, white, and blue that I planted, the candy tuft, and the other flowers that I planted to go with my flag. I do want to tell you that when you're planting or transplanting, it's very important that you go ahead and water them in, because that lets the dirt settle around the roots so there's no air pockets. You don't want any air pockets, and plus it relieves some of the stress of having been transplanted. So there you go. Alright, this is what the blueberry bushes look like being planted, and my little candy tuft that I'm hoping that I can root. I've got them in out of the shade by my barrels so that they don't get too stressed, because this North Carolina sun is unrelenting.